Hey guys, welcome to the Dean's office. It is February 1st. Bass fishing is really starting to take off around the country. Down south, of course, guys are already fishing pretty aggressively, and as we move through February, we're going to see that move up north. We'll probably see it up in my neck of the woods in March and April. But here we go, February 1st. A lot happening at the Bass University. We had a real treat last week with the great Kevin VanDam giving us a seminar about early season power fishing, cold water tactics, something that he has proven over and over again he is the best in the world at, second to none. Talking about things like jerkbait fishing, his red-eye shad that he likes to use, flat sides versus wide wobbling crankbaits this time of year. And some surprising things like that I heard during his seminar is his choice of rod length, which is a little bit shorter. I think he uses a 610 for doing a lot of his jerkbait fishing. And there's a lot of things that were really exceptional in that. Obviously, he talks a lot about the red-eye shad and its fluttering nature and how he uses that tool. And one of the keys was sound. And I know in my fishing it's important, and everybody asks the question sound versus no sound. And when he's around a school of fish, before color, before size, before vibration, the first thing that he changes to keep those fish biting is the sound chambers, moving from silence to rattles or the one knocker application, sweeping through those sound changes first. But Kevin's a great teacher, so if you're struggling in cold water, this is a must-see. It helps us in the early season. It's going to help any angler, and Kevin does an amazing job at conveying the message such that when you're listening to it, you think you can go right out there and do that approach, do that application. So definitely check that out. Another thing he talks about is weighting the baits and how important that is. Even in today's day and age where a lot of our baits are automatically suspended right out of the pack, Kevin still weights his crankbaits for various reasons and adds, subtracts weights depending on the temperature of the water and the elevation. It's a really, really valuable seminar. It's a must-see for any angler, but especially if you're struggling in that early season, which is right here, right now, you want to go back and check out KVD's seminar. Now, earlier in this week, we had an Ike Live, which was a great Ike Live. We were fortunate enough to have John Cruz in the studio. Him and Shannon from Missile Baits were live in studio talking to us about really how John started Missile Baits. What an amazing story, a success story that he has really taken off with Missile Baits, featuring the D-Bomb, which Ish Monroe, both John and Ish are speakers with us here at the Bass University. And how that bait has leveraged him into great success with Missile Baits, and now Mike's mini flip jig, and a new jig that's coming out. I think they're releasing it at the Classic this year, so I'm looking forward to seeing that. You want to go back and view that on IkeLive.com. And we had a lot of guests on the show, but one of which was Keith Poche, who just won an MLF contest that was televised this past weekend. So that was really cool to have Keith on there, and he gave a big shout out to the boys at Liquid Mayhem. That's why I wore this shirt just for you guys. But the importance of using Liquid Mayhem in that tournament for Keith to help him win on Lake of the Ozarks. So I think he was using his Liquid Mayhem on a shaky head application. So thanks, Keith, for the shout out for Liquid Mayhem. Great show. Check it out, IkeLive.com. This week, we have our most popular speaker, arguably, Gerald Swindle. G-Man is talking about positive mental attitude, coming off of his 2016 Angler of the Year title, his second Angler of the Year title. And he talks about that positive mental attitude and how he uses it in fishing and in life to help propel him to the level that he's at right now. And it's a very, very important seminar for any angler, because we know anybody that goes out there and fishes and is struggling with no bites, trying to figure out how to catch fish, it can be demoralizing, it can be frustrating. As a tournament angler, it can apply tremendous amounts of pressure. And that positive mental attitude approach to Gerald's fishing is something that any angler can use, whether you're just going out to try to catch fish consistently or you're trying to achieve great heights on the tournament game. Absolutely worth the listen. Not to mention, he keeps you in stitches the whole time. Gerald's out of control, and we love him for it, but he makes us laugh the entire time, which is one of the best ways to teach, and certainly one of our most entertaining seminars. That's being launched this week. Gerald Swindle, Positive Mental Attitude, that was filmed just a week ago out in Tulsa, Oklahoma. So look for that coming this week. We just come from Boxborough, Massachusetts for the Bass University up there. We had some new guys at the Bass University. Chris Lane talking about topwater fishing and some of the new topwater baits that he has coming out, and he's been very successful, obviously with some things like the Whopper Plopper and a very advanced topwater seminar. If you love topwater fishing, that's going to be coming out real soon. And we had Mark Daniels Jr., who is very successful out on the FLW tours. He's a rookie on the Elites this year, and he's talking about lipless crankbaits and finesse fishing in heavy cover. Really interesting approach. I look for a lot of things from Mark. He's a very talented young angler, looking to see what he's going to do out on the Elites this year. And a lot of other great seminars out there, including Ish Monroe. I was talking about smallmouth and largemouth, how to deal with the wind. A lot of great seminars up there in Boxborough, Massachusetts. Had a great time seeing some great people that we've seen before and a lot of new faces. And this weekend, we're going to be out, or not this weekend, but after Super Bowl weekend, we're going to be out at Columbus, Ohio at the Columbus Fishing and Outdoor Expo, which is expanding again this year, bigger and better. We're going to be out there with one of my favorite anglers, Roland Martin. We had a discussion on Ike Live. Is Roland the greatest angler of all time, and where does he fit? I got to say, I got to give the tip to Kevin VanDam, who I think is the greatest angler of all time, and he's still competing. So is Roland. But I think Roland has 19 tournament wins. He has 7 Angler of the Year titles. He's right behind Kevin in the Angler of the Year race, but Kevin gets the nod because he's got 4 Bassmaster Classic championships, and that's the one thing that has escaped Roland throughout his career. You got to add Rick Clunn in there with his multiple Bassmaster Classic titles and Angler of the Year titles, and there's so many greats in there with Larry Nixon and Denny Brower and many, many others. But Roland, in my opinion, is number 2 on the greatest of all time, and he's going to be speaking with us about pattern fishing. He wrote the book on pattern fishing, and he's going to be talking about it, teaching people how to use that technique. And he's going to be teaching out at Columbus, Ohio. We're going to have that for all you guys on Bass University TV real soon. So that's what's going on. Look for great discounts coming from WeGo Charging Systems and TH Marine. So those are going to be launched on our website here real soon to join Rapala and Missile Baits and Liquid Mayhem. So we got a lot of great things coming for you guys at Bass University TV. If you're not a subscriber to Bass University TV, come on over and try us. 10 days free just for signing up. Come check out our program. We think you're going to love it. If you like it, stay with us. If not, you can cancel at any time. But we've got a lot of great content coming that is going to help you move your bass fishing to the next level. I'm Pete Gluzek from the Dean's office for Bass University TV.